Hello, everyone. Scooney 007 here. Well, bringing you another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. In today's game, we have the 1-5 Washington Nationals taking on the 3-2 St. Louis Cardinals. And here is the starting lineup for the Washington Nationals. Leading off, the shortstop, Christian Guzman. Batting second, the center fielder, Lastings Millage. Batting third, the third baseman, Ryan Zimmerman. Batting fourth, the first baseman in the cleanup position, Nick Johnson. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Austin Kearns. Batting sixth, the catcher, Paul LaDuca. Batting seventh, the second baseman, Felipe Lopez. Batting eighth, the left fielder, Rob McCowrick. And batting ninth, the pitcher, John Land. On the mound for the Cardinals, it's Kyle LaHouse. 1 win, no losses, a 1.50 ERA, 6 innings pitched, allowed 9 hits, 1 strikeout, and 1 walk. In this replay, we're here at Busch Stadium, which gives a -3 to walks, to strikeouts, nothing to walks, and nothing to home runs. And with that, we're ready as Christian Guzman steps up, takes a few swings, and we're ready to start. He's batting a .464. And that's going to be a 4-1 at the ballpark. We're going to start off with a trip to Busch Stadium for this one, 3-5. And that's a single to ankle to Rick out there. And Christian Guzman leads off with a single. So infield going to come into double play depth. We have a hit and run attempt coming up for Lastings Millage. He's batting a .250, hit and run attempt. Here's the pitch. 6-5, that's going to be a walk. That's a 4. The 7 is too high. 1-2, and that's going to be a single to Izutris. And with that, Guzman, let's see, does Guzman advance any extra bases? His base run rating is a 5 on a single to the shortstop. He advances on a 5 through 6 from first to third. He has a 5. He will advance. And with that, the Nationals now have runners on the corners. No outs. And that's going to bring up Ryan Zimmerman. Zimmerman batting a .308. Here's the pitch. Strategy roll 17. Infield at double play depth. 1-6 blank. 3-3. Ground ball to third. And are they gonna send Guzman? No, they're not. So with that, Millage will advance up. They're gonna hold Guzman at third. 1 out. Runners now on second and third, and that's gonna bring up the cleanup hitter, Nick Johnson. Johnson batting a .158. Strategy rolls a 6. Infield at normal depth. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 4-1 at the ballpark. We're going to go to Busch Stadium. 3-5. That's going to be a single to center field. All right, we have a 6. We're going to check the die roll here, the second die. That's a 2. The lead runner is thrown out, so Millen's thrown out at home. And let's see if the trailing runner is greater than or equal to the die roll, he advances, and Johnson will advance to second on that play. So the Nationals get on the board, 1-0. And that is going to bring up Austin Kearns. Kearns batting a 174. Strategy rolls a 10. Infield at normal depth. Here's the pitch. 6-1. Home run chance on a 1-10. That's a 1. Kearns needs a 9 or less. The 13 is too high. 3-5. Fly ball to Barton. And that retires the side. Run, 3 hits, no errors. And 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the first. And here is the starting lineup for the St. Louis Cardinals. Leading off, the left fielder, Brian Barton. Batting second, the center fielder, Rick Ankle. Batting third, the first baseman, Albert Pujols. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the third baseman, Troy Gladys. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Ryan Ledwick. Batting sixth, the catcher, Yonder Bolan. Batting seventh, the second baseman, Adam Kennedy. Batting eighth, the pitcher, Kyle Laus. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Cesar Izutris. On the mound for the Nationals, it is John Land. First time we're seeing him in this replay. He has a record of 9 wins, 15 losses, 3.91 ERA, 182 innings pitched, 172 hits, 117 strikeouts, and 71 walks. And with that, Brian Barton steps up, takes a few swings. We're ready to start. He's batting a 125. Here's the pitch. 1-5, strikeout, 9. The 11 is too high. 3-5, double star 3, ground ball to Guzman. Out number 1, that's going to bring up Rick Ankle. He's batting a 500. Here's the pitch. 3-3 blank. 5-6 line drive to second. Lopez gets that, tosses it over to Johnson for out number 2. Albert Pujols batting a 350. Here's the pitch. 4-3 at the ballpark. 4-1, double star 6, fly ball to Millage. And out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down as the Nationals retire the Cardinals in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 1, it's Washington 1, Cardinals nothing. We go to the top of the second. It's Paul LaDuca, Felipe Lopez, and Rob due up for the Nationals. Here's the pitch to Paul. Paul batting in 071. 5-6 strikeout. That's a 1. The 10 is too high. 5-1 ground ball to Izutris. Out number 1. Here's Felipe Lopez batting a 273. Here's the pitch. 1-4 hit by pitch. That's a 0. Kyle does a -6. It's a 2. Nothing happens there. We're at a 0 for hit by pitch. 4-5 power hit to center field. That's a 16. And that's a fly ball out there to Rick for out number 2. Here's Rob. Rob, first time we're seeing him. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 1-6. 1-6 is a blank. 3-3 pop up to first. And the Cardinals make that an easy inning to score. 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the second. It's Troy, Ryan, and Yadier due up for the Cardinals. Here's the pitch to Troy. Troy batting a .316. 2-3, walk plus. Now we add 10 for a walk plus. That's a 25. That's a 5. And they walk them. So runner on first. Strategy roll is an 8. Ryan Ludwig comes up. He's batting a .214. Strategy roll is an 8. Here's the pitch. 3-3 blank. 4-1, and that's a single to third. Now Troy will advance to third on a 6. That's a 2. He needed a 6 from first to third, as that is a single, S5. Nothing going on there. Pickoff attempt. That's an 8 outside of the pickoff range. Yadier's batting a .267. 2-6. Error on a possible throw. 6-5. Ground ball to Zimmerman. Error rating is a 20. All right, now hit right at third base. Will the defense try to force at third or the double play? They're gonna go for the force out at third. So that's gonna force out Gladys. Troy is out. Ludwig will advance, and Yadier will take over at first. One out. Runners on first and second. Adam Kennedy comes up to the plate. He's batting a .231. Here's the pitch. Strategy roll, 14. 6-2 walk. That's a 5. The 17 is too high. 2-3. Ground ball to Lopez. And that is going to force Ryan to third. However, that is a double play. And that retires the side. That retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. After 2, it's Washington 1, St. Louis nothing. We go to the top of the third. It's John Lane, Christian Guzman, and Lastings Milliage due up for the Nationals. Here's the pitch to Lane. And that is going to be 2-3. That's going to be a strikeout. That's a 25. That's a 12. Struck him out. We go to the top of the order. Here's Christian Guzman, 1 for 1 on the day. Here's the pitch. 2-2. Strikeout. 4-19. Too high. 4-6. Fly ball to center field. Rick under that one for out number 2, and that's going to bring up Lastings Milliage. Here's the pitch. Milliage is 1 for 1 on the day. 2-6. Error and a possible ground ball. 4-4, and that's going to be a ground ball to Izutris. Error rating is an 8. That's a 2. That's going to be an error. And he boots the ball. picks it up out of his glove and drops it. One base error for Miljage, and he gets on with an error. So Miljage is Izutris is charged with that error, and Ryan Zimmerman is up. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Strategy rolls a 13. Here's the pitch. 1-1 range play. 6-4 fly ball to Barton. Barton's range is on a 1-3. That's a 6. And that one got by him. And we're going to check for base run advancement for Lastings. He has a 2. And that is a -2, single out there to 7. If roll is less than or equal to the adjusted base run, the runner will advance. Otherwise, they hold. We have a 3. That's a 2. So they're going to hold Millions at first. So at So they're going to hold Millions at second. And next up, it's going to be Nick Johnson. Johnson 1 for 1 with an RBI. Strategy rolls a 5. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-6. That's a strikeout. That's a 7. The 20 is too high. And that's going to be a 4-5. That's going to be a single to shortstop. And that is going to score Miljage. He's going to come home to score. And with that, Zimmerman gets the hold sign. And the Nationals now have a 2-0 lead. All right, and that's going to bring up Alston Kearns. Here's the pitch. Strategy rolls 18. That's going to be a 4-5. That's going to be a possible error. 6-3, fly ball to Barton. Barton's error rating is a 20. That's a 12. Error roll 12 even. No error. And that retires the side. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the third. It's going to be Kyle Lau, Cesar Izutris, and Brian Barton due up for the Cardinals. Here's the pitch to Kyle. Kyle 6-5. That's going to be a walk. That's a 0. Does not get walked. 6-2. That's a single past Guzman. And with that, Kyle Laus gets on with a single. All right. Infield going to come in. We have a sacrifice play coming up here. Kyle, 19 on the strategy die. So we are going to do a sacrifice play. Here's the pitch. Izutris batting a... He's batting a 353. 3-6. And that is going to be a bunt. Bunted hard, proceeds as you would with any G ground double play. So we're going to click the bunt to continue that. And that is a double play. We go to the top of the order. Brian Barton due up. He's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 4-3 at the ballpark. We're going to go to Busch Stadium, 2-6. S+7 out there to Rob. And Rob rolls a 6. Roll a 6, battle thrown out at second. Barton trying to change that to a double, and does not get to the base in time. He's called out. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and none left on. After 3, it's Washington 2, St. Louis nothing. We go to the top of the 4th. It's Paul LaDuca, Felipe Lopez, and Rob due up for the Nationals. Here's the pitch to Paul. Paul LaDuca is 0 for 1 on the day. And that's going to be a 5-6. That's going to be a strikeout. That's a 1. The 12 is too high. 6-5, fly ball to Ludwig. And that's out number 1. Felipe Lopez up. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Here's the pitch. That's going to be 3-2. Range play at the ballpark. 4-3, single to center field. Rick's range is a 1. That's a 5. And Lopez gets on with a single. All right. Infield at double play depth. Here's Rob. Rob is 0 for 1. Strategy rolls a 19. Here's the pitch. 3-1 blank. 6-4. Fly ball to center field. Out number 2. Here's John Land. He's 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout. The pitch. And that's going to be 4-6. That's going to be a strikeout. That's a 25. That's a 14. Struck him out. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's going to be Rick Anklet, Albert Pujols, and Troy Gladys due up for the Cardinals. Here's the pitch to Rick. Rick is 0 for 1 on the day. 1-3, hit by pitch. That's an 8. John Land is a 0 for hit by pitch. That's a 17. The 17 is too high. And that is going to be a 4-2 fly ball to Millage. Out number 1. Albert Pujols up. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Here's the pitch. 1-5 strikeout. That's a 1. The 6 is too high. 2-5, and that is going to be a ground ball to short. I'm sorry. That's a single. When it's on the pitcher, when it's on the batter's card, you look at the split of if it's a left or right batter, and that's a single. And Albert Pujols is on with a single. All right, runner on first. Here's Troy Gladys. Infield coming into double play depth. 1 out. The pitch. 1-5 strikeout. That's an 8. The 17 too high. Strategy rolls an 8, so the Cardinals holding off on strat. 1-3. Ground ball to second. And that's a double play. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors. After 4, it's Washington 2, St. Louis nothing. We go to the top of the 5th. It's Christian Guzman, Last Things Milliards, and Ryan Zimmerman due up for the Nationals. Here's the pitch to Guzman. Guzman 1 for 2 on the day with a run scored. 1-2 blank. 6-1. double star 5. And that's going to be a fly ball to center to ankle for out number 1. Lastings Miljich is 1 for 2 on the day with a run scored. Here's the pitch. 1-5 wild pitch. We're going to re-roll the die. And that is going to be a 3-3. 3-3. That's a blank. 2-4. Ground ball back to the pitcher. John gets that. Kyle gets that. Throws it over to Pujols for out number 2. And that's going to bring up Ryan Zimmerman. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. 1-5 wild pitch. We're going to re-roll the bones. 3-3 walk. No, that's a blank. And 3-3. That's going to be a ground ball to third. And that retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's Ryan Ludwig, Yadier Molade, and Adam Kennedy due up for the Cardinals. Here's the pitch to Ryan Ludwig. Ludwig is 1 for 1 on the day. And that's going to be 6-2. 6-2 is going to be a walk. That's a 13. That's a 7. And they walk him. And next up, Yadier Molane, 16 on the strategy die. Infield coming in to double play depth. Here's the pitch. 4-3 at the ballpark. 3-5, and that's going to be a single to center field. So we have a 6 here. We're going to check that 2 here. Check the second die roll. Lead runner's thrown out. Ryan Ludwig thrown out at third. They got him out at third. And let's see, is equal to, greater than or equal to the roll? Nope. They hold Yadier at first. The one, maybe the 1 is not greater than a 2, so they hold Yadier at first. Here's Adam Kennedy. Hey, Kennedy is 0 for 1 on the day. Strategy rolls a 15. Infield at double play depth. Here's the pitch. 1-5, that's going to be a strike. That's a 5. The 19 is too high. 1-6, and that's going to be a single past Guzman. And Yadier gets the hold sign to hold off. And that's going to bring up Kyle Louse. Louse is 1 for 1 on the day. Strategy roll 8. Infield at normal depth. Here's the pitch. 3-2. Possible error. 5-6. Ground ball to Guzman. That's a 20. Guzman's error rating is in a 1-9. No error there. However, that's going to, the 6. Roll the 6. The play is at the batter on first. Yadier will advance to third. Kennedy goes to second. They all advance up 2 bases, and they get John, and they got Kyle out at first. 2 outs, runner in scoring possession. And next up, it's going to be Cesar Azuchis. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Strategy rolls a 9. Here's the pitch. 5-1 is a strike. That's a 0. The 13. Way too high on that one. 4-5, and that's going to be a single to Guzman. And let's see, does Kennedy come home to score? Kennedy's base run is a 4. And he was on second, goes to third. He will advance from second to home on a 3 through 6. That's a 4. And we have a tie game. And with that, Kyle Caesar Zutris brings in 2 runs to tie the game up. We go to the top of the order. All right. Here's Brian Barton. Barton 0 for 1 for 2 on the day. Strategy roll 5. Infield at normal depth. Here's the pitch. 2-4. Double question mark. That's a double star on a 1 to 17. That's an 11. And that's a ground ball to first. And that retires the side. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. After 5, we're all squared up at 2. We go to the top of the 6th. It's Nick Johnson, Austin Kearns, and Paul LaDuca due up for the Nationals. Here's the pitch to Johnson. Johnson is 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs. 1-3. Double question mark. Left-handed batter, double star on a 1 to 17. That's a 10. And that's a fly ball to Barton. Out number 1. Austin Kearns. Kearns 0 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. Kearns 4-4. That's a blank. And that is going to be 2-3. Double star 3. Ground ball to Gladys. Out number 2. Paul LaDuca up. LaDuca's 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. 4-4 blank. 6-5, and that's going to be a fly ball out there to Ludwig. And that retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's Rick Ankle, Albert Pujols, and Troy Gladys due up. John Lane can face 6 more batters before he's tired. Here's the pitch to Rick. Rick 0 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. 2-2, possible error on a ground ball. 5-2, line drive to Johnson. Out number 1. Albert Pujols up. 1 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. 1-4, range play at the ballpark. So it's a range play at Busch Stadium. 5-6, fly ball to Rob. Fly ball out to the left field. Rob goes under it. That's a 2. He failed. His range is a 1. And that is going to be a double for Albert. And Albert takes that and doubles it. Takes a single, makes it into a double. So Albert Pujols on with a double. Bullpen for the Nationals starting to warm up. Troy Gladys is 0 for 1 on the day with a walk. Strategy roll is a 7. Infield coming in. Infield staying normal. Here's the pitch. 4-1. That's going to be a strike. That's an 8. The 18 is too high. 6-3. Fly ball to Millage. And Pujols gets the hold. And that's going to bring up Ryan Ludwig. Ludwig, 1 for 1 with a walk scored. With a walk. Strategy roll 4. Cardinals holding off. Here's the pitch. 5-2, that's going to be a strikeout. That's an 11. The 14 is too high. 5-1, that's a single to Rob. Now, on a single to Rob, that's going to be a +1 to that. So he has a 4. We're going to check the die roll. That's a 3. And the die is less than the 4. Albert comes home. He's waved around. And the Cardinals take a 1-run lead here in the bottom of the 6th. They take the lead. That's going to bring up Yadier. Yadier is 1 for 2 with a run scored. Strategy roll 13. Infield at normal depth. Here's the pitch. 6-4. Double star. Fly ball to Kearns. And that retires the side. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. After 6, it's St. Louis 3, Washington 2. We go to the top of the 7th. It's Felipe Lopez. Rob and John Land due up for the Nationals. Rob, I'm going to have a hard time pronouncing his last name, so I'm just going to go by his first name here for the replay. All right, Kyle Lulz can face one more batter. They're going to leave him in. But the Cardinals have the bullpen acting up 4-1. We're going to go to the ballpark for this one, Busch Stadium. 1-1, fly ball to Ledwick, out number 1. And with that, Kyle is now tired. However, they are going to leave him in. Rob is 0 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. 4-3, that's a strikeout. That's a 12. That's a 1. And a 1-2-3 strikeout with a slow ball. Kyle Laz perplexed him with a slow ball. Next up, it's going to be the pitcher, Jonathan Land. Land is 0 for 2 on the day. Struck out his last 2 times up. Here's the pitch. They are going to let Land take the hit here. 3-6, that's going to be a strikeout. That's a 25. That's a 3, and they struck him out. And Singh, take me out to the ball game. So that retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. A very easy inning to score. So let's take a look here at the box score after 6.5 innings have been played. The Washington Nationals scored in the first and in the third. St. Louis has come back in the 5th inning to score 2 runs to tie the game up. And in the 6th inning, in the last inning, they scored the go-ahead run. So they now have a lead of a 1-run lead. John Land they're going to pull in. Land will not continue. We have a left, right, and a switch coming up. They're going to go with they're going to bring in Marco Estrada to come in the pitch. Estrada, first time we're seeing him in this replay. No wins, no losses, a 7.82 ERA. He's pitched 12 innings in 12.23 of an inning. 17 hits, 10 strikeouts, and 4 walks. He's going to face Adam Kennedy, Kyle Ellis, and Cesar Zutris. Here's the pitch. 5-1, that's going to be a walk. That's a 6. The 7 is too high. No walk there. 1-6, ground ball to Guzman. And that's out number 1. Kyle Ellis not taking the hit. They're going to bring in Aaron Miles to pinch hit. Miles comes into the game as a pinch hitter, batting a .222. Here's the pitch. 3-3, strikeout, that's a 2. The 13 is too high. 1-5, and that's going to be a single past the shortstop. And Aaron is on with a single. All right, Cesar Zutris up. He's 1 for 2 on the day with the 2 RBIs. Here's the pitch. 1-2, range play. 4-2, fly ball to Kearns. Kearns' range is on a 1-4. That's a 2. Gets the out. And that's going to hold Aaron. We go to the top of the order. Here's Brian Barton. Barton is 1 for 3 on the day. Strategy roll 13. Here's the pitch. 1-1 is a blank. 4-4, fly ball to Millage. And that retires the side. So we go to the 8th inning. Let's see. St. Louis is going to bring in their relief pitcher now, so we're going to take care of that first. So let's see who we have. We have a switch a right and a right coming up, so they want to try to switch them over. Let's see. They're going to bring in Chris Perez. First time we're seeing him in this replay. 3 wins, 3 losses, 7 saves, a 3.46 ERA, 41 2/3 innings pitched, allowed 34 hits, 42 strikeouts, and 22 walks. No runs, 1 hit, and no errors after 7. It's St. Louis 3, Washington 2. We go to the top of the 8th. It's Kristen Guzman, Lastings Millage, and Ryan Zimmerman due up. And with that, they are going to make some changes to the lineup here. Rick Anklet coming out at center field. And they're going to bring in Joe Matter to take over. Joe Matter will take over at center field. No one else is coming into the game. Here's the pitch to Christian. Take a look at the stats real quick. Kyle Laus went 7 innings, allowed 6 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned run, 4 strikeouts, ERA of 1.39. John Lane went 6 innings, allowed 9 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, ERA of 4.50. So that is where we stand right now with the batters. Here's Chris Perez with the pitch. 4-1, that's going to be a wild pitch. We're going to re-roll the bones. 2-4, error on a possible error on a ground ball. 3-4, ground ball to first. Pujols rating is a 0, error rating is a 0, that's a 12. No error there. Out at first, and that's going to bring up last thing's Milic. He's 1 for 3 on the day. With a run scored, here's the pitch. Perez looks for the sign, he gets it, 3-3. Strikeout plus, we add 10. However, we minus 3 from that, so we're adding 7. That's a 16. That's a 1. Struck him out. And he struck him out looking too. 2 outs, and that's going to bring up Ryan Zimmerman. Zimmerman is 1 for 3 on the day. Here's the pitch. 2-4, possible error on a ground ball. And then it's going to be 6-3. 6-3. Pop up to second base. Out number 3. So, easy inning score. 3 up, 3 down as the Cardinals retire the Nationals in order. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's no runs, no hits, no errors. Bottom of the 8th, it's Joe Matter, Albert Pujols, Troy Gladys due up for the Cardinals. Here, and they're going to leave Marco in. Yep, they're going to leave Marco. Yeah, Marco's going to stay in. Joe Matter due up. 4-3. That's a strikeout. That's a 10. The 20 is too high. 2-1 ground ball to second to Lopez. Out number 1. Here is Albert Pujols. Pujols 2 for 3 on the day. With a double and an RBI with a run scored. Here's the pitch. 6-3 at the ballpark. 3-6, double star 5, fly ball to Rob. And that's out number 2. Troy Gladys up. Gladys is 0 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. 2-2. Strikeout. That's a 1. That's a 6. That's a 1. Struck him out. And with that, the Nationals retire the Cardinals in order. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 8, it's St. Louis 3, Washington 2. But will we see some 9th inning magic? It's Nick Johnson, Austin Kearns, and Paul LaDuca due up for the Nationals. And with that, Chris Perez is done. They're going to bring in Ryan Franklin. To close out for the save here. Ryan Franklin comes into the game with a 13.33 ERA. Let's take a look at his stats here. 13.33 ERA, went 2 2/3 innings pitched, allowed 5 hits and 2 walks. Taking a look at the box score real quick. After 8 innings of play, Washington scored in the first and in the 3rd inning. St. Louis scored in the 5th and in the 6th. And let's take a look at the stats here for Chris Perez. He went 1 inning, had 1 strikeout. So that's where we stand right now. Cardinals 3 outs away from winning this game. Here's the pitch to Nick Johnson. Johnson is 2 for 3 on the day with an RBI. 1-5 range play at Busch Stadium. 5-5 power hit to Barton. That's an 18. And that's going to be a fly ball out. Sorry, that's going to be a fly ball to Barton. Barton's range is in a 1 to 3. That's a 5, and that's going to be a single for Johnson. And Johnson gets on with a single. So the tying run on first. Here comes the go-ahead run with Alston Kearns. He's 0 for 3 on the day, infield at double play depth. Here's the pitch. 2-2 blank. 5-6, ground ball to third. And that is going to be a fielder's choice. So the runner's going to be forced out. Kearns will get on. Paul LaDuca. So Kearns still the tying run at on first. The go-ahead run at the plate here. Here's Paul LaDuca. They're going to let him stay in the game. Strategy rolls a 17. 1 out, infield at double play depth. 5-3, strikeout. That's a 1. The 9 is too high. 6-2, line drive to second. No double play. 1 out. No, we have 2 outs now. And that's going to bring up Felipe Lopez. Nationals down to the last out. Here's the pitch to Lopez. Ryan Franklin looking for the side. He gets it. Here's the pitch. Lopez 1 for 3 on the day. 4-1. Blank. 1-6. Ground ball to second. And that's the game. And the St. Louis Cardinals win with a final score of 3-2 here at home at Busch Stadium. Final line score coming right up. And with that, the St. Louis Cardinals defeat the Washington Nationals 4-2. Nationals drop to 1-6. The Cardinals go to 4-2. Your winning pitcher today is Kyle Louse. That's his second win. John Lahan picks up his first loss. And Ryan Franklin gets the save. Take a look here at the stats. Kyle Louse with the second win. That's 7 innings pitched. He went 7 innings, allowed 6 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned run, 4 strikeouts, ERA of a 1.93. John Lahan draws the loss. He went 6 innings, allowed 9 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 2 walks. ERA 4.50, 4.50. And Ryan Franklin gets the save, went 1 inning, and allowed 1 hit, knocked his ERA down to 9.73. So that's going to do it for us here at Busch Stadium. Once again, the St. Louis Cardinals defeat the Washington Nationals 3-2. Washington 2 runs on 7 hits. St. Louis 3 runs on 10 hits with 1 error. So that's going to do it for us here. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up on your way through the turnstiles. And until next time, I'm Scooney007. We'll see you for another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. Until then, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.